What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where we talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that we love to talk about: movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. So before we get started, I just want to ask you, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out a lot of content, want to make sure you're up to date with everything that I'm doing, and make sure you leave a comment down below. The whole reason that I do this YouTube channel is to engage with people online about movies and comic books and the stuff that I love to talk about. So leave a comment, I will reply back, and we will get a dialogue going. But right now, I want to give you guys my review of the Hulu original movie, The Happiest Season. Now, we all know, I've talked about this several times on my channel, about how I'm a sucker for Christmas movies. I like Christmas movies. I like Christmas. I like all parts of Christmas. I like the family, the familyness, the togetherness that Christmas brings, the peace and goodwill that Christmas brings. I like the religious connotations that Christmas has to it. I like the nativity story. I like the whole Santa Claus part of it, the make believe part of it, the whole the whole Santa, elves, North Pole. I like all that. I like the commercialism of Christmas. I think that it's fun. I think shopping for other people is fun. And I think that decorating your house and Christmas lights is fun. I like Christmas. Everything that goes along with it. So when I watch Christmas movies, what I'm really looking for is it picks some component of Christmas, one of those that I just talked about, and it explores that. And it explores it and does it in a fun and engaging way. It doesn't always have to be fun. I think back to The Family Stone that came out a few years ago. That wasn't really a fun movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And this movie, The Happiest Season, probably has more in common with The Family Stone than most Christmas movies. But it's an infinitely better movie than The Family Stone. And that's because the characters are all very believable, very authentic, and easy to relate to. And that's really important because of the kind of story that they're telling. It was really important that the characters were all easy for regular people to relate to. Let me explain. I am socially progressive on most issues. I believe in the rights of homosexual people. I believe that they should be able to get married. I believe that they should be able to have all the rights that everybody else has. That being said, I don't have any close friends or family members who are homosexual. So I've got some acquaintances who are, but as far as people in my life that are close to me, I don't have anybody that's homosexual that I know of. So having a movie like this that explores the homosexual experience in America in a very authentic way, a way that I can relate to, it really did a lot for my understanding of what it means to be a homosexual person in America today. And the way they did that was by putting it in the context of Christmas. Putting it in the context of Christmas and going home with your loved one and meeting their family members for the first time. They put it in that context. That's something that everybody can relate to. Everybody's been in that situation where they go and celebrate Christmas with the family of a significant other. But what does that look like for a couple that is not your typical heterosexual couple? What does that look like? Especially if one of them hasn't come out yet. So it was a very easy to follow premise, very, like I said, very relatable to people who maybe don't have a lot of experience with homosexual couples. And it was very endearing. It was funny. It was sweet. And all the family members in the family, you felt some sort of empathy for, understanding for. You knew that they were good people that wanted to do the right thing, but some of them had problems getting over their own preconceived notions or some of their own prejudices, and they were open-minded enough throughout the course of the movie, especially in that third act. They were open-minded enough to get over those prejudices. And that is what America needs more of. is stories that can teach us how to get over our prejudices. I want to talk about a couple of people who play in this movie so far. First of all, Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis had the two leads, and I'm not a Kristen Stewart fan. I don't think she's a very good actress. I really don't. I remember. Now, I have not seen all the Twilight movies. I watched the first one to see if I was missing anything, and I wasn't. So I haven't seen the other ones. But I remember I was watching Snow White and the Huntsman, and there's a scene in that movie where she's supposed to give a rousing speech to get people ready for battle. And I remember I saw it with my wife, and my wife laughed out loud because it was that bad. And I was like, I love this girl, because she said out loud what I was thinking. Kristen Stewart she's not a good actress. I have to tell you, she did a good job in this movie. Probably because it was something she was really passionate about. Mackenzie Davis, I feel like she's always had a pretty solid body of work, so I feel like she was definitely the person who, if any one of the two was going to knock this out of the park, I really felt like it was going to be her. And to be completely clear, she was the stronger of the two. But the one I really want to talk about, and for anybody who's seen Schitt's Creek, you know exactly how strong of an actor this person is. And that is Dan Levy. And Dan Levy is Eugene Levy's son, and he plays John in this. And he was one of the high points of this film. He brought a lot of comic relief. He brought some of the sweet moments, and he really brought a great, powerful, scene-stealing moment at the end of the movie when he's talking to Kristen Stewart's character, and he explains, what the experience was for him as a homosexual person versus what the experience was for her, and how everybody in between has different experiences, and how families have different experiences. And it really did a lot to bring the experiences home to me. Again, this movie made it very relatable to somebody who has limited experience with homosexual people in my normal life. It was just a fantastic, phenomenal moment that really just resonated with me, and it just was a powerful moment of acting. And everybody else was good in this as well. Victor Garber played the father. Mary Steenburgen played the mother, and Alison Brie played one of the sisters. And they were all strong, as you would expect them to be, being seasoned actors and actresses. But this really comes down to Mackenzie Davis, Kristen Stewart, and Dan Levy for me. Just how strong they were in this. The movie was sweet. The movie was funny. It was well paced, and I just really felt like it was a movie that was a snapshot of a homosexual couple going through an experience together that was relatable to everybody. And it wasn't, look here, everybody, look how woke we are. This movie's about a homosexual couple. See? We're woke. It wasn't about that. They approached it in a very authentic way, where they were just telling a story, and the leads happened to be homosexual, and it told their experience at Christmas time. And I love that. That to me is how we're going to see real progress. Is stop having this woke, agenda-driven storytelling, and just make stories where innately these people are just who they are, and they're accepted. And it's not a big deal that there's homosexual people as the leads. It's just what it is. So, yeah. I've got no problem with any stories like this being told in the United States or anywhere else, because it brings conversation. It brings conversation. And conversation is good in this country. And there's going to be people on all sides of the spectrum. There's going to be people who are like they're just trying to push an agenda, and there's going to be people who are like, yeah. And there's going to be me. I like good stories, And I like stories that give us a look into lives of people. And there are straight people and there are homosexual people. And this was a story that gave us an authentic, realistic sneak peek into the life of a homosexual couple. And I thought it was very well done. Very well done. So for me, this movie was much better than I thought it would be. Much better. I'm going to give it a B+. I thought it ran a little bit long, and I thought that there were a lot of characters in this movie. The family was very extended, and they had a bunch of the dad was running for mayor, and they had a bunch of donors that were working. I didn't even talk about Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza plays in the movie, so there's a lot of moving pieces in it. So it wasn't as streamlined as I might have liked it to be, but it was very, very well done for what it was. So that's my take on it. What was your take on Happiest Season, the Hulu original movie? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the OK Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you later.